The chair recognizes the gentleman from Arizona, Mr. Schweikert, for 30 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. Okay, every week I come behind this microphone and I walk through the demographics and the debt and try to demonstrate that the primary driver of debt is the fact, is our demographics, our health. I've brought lots and lots of charts here over the last couple of years, sort of demonstrating sort of the death spiral the country is heading towards. When total interest this year is going to be maybe just a little shy of 1.2 trillion, making interest the second biggest expenditure in this government. So Social Security will be about $1.480 trillion, interest 1.2, and then believe it or not, defense and Medicare are fighting for who's going to be third and fourth. But I thought it would actually be more honorable to come behind this mic and say, all right, we've defined the problem over and over and over and over. I don't seem to be making much progress with my brothers and sisters being willing to accept the actual math, because our friends from the left, tax rich people more, we'll take care of the problem. And then we show them the economic papers that make it clear, you could maximize people's taxes for those over $400,000 on their income tax, their estate tax, the whole list of taxes. And when you do the economic effects, you get about 1.5% of GDP. For us on the right, we have all sorts of things we want to cut. But if we were limited to only non-defense discretionary, we come up with about 1% of GDP. Problem is, this year we're borrowing close to, I think our run rate in the last 365 days is like 8% of GDP. Long run is 6, 7, 8% over the years. Anyone see the math problem? When the left solutions and the right solutions are combined and you get 2.5%, and you're borrowing 6, 7, 8% of GDP, the size of the economy, maybe we need to have a brutally honest conversation of what's the driver of debt and the things that provide a solution that also have the chance of passing here. So here's the board that gets the most complaints to my office, so let's do it again. From today through the next 30 years, and this is in the president's math, this is in the CBO's math, this is in the outside group's math, 100% of the debt from today through the next 30 years. Interest, healthcare, and if a decade from now the decision is, hey, the Social Security Trust Fund is gone and we're not going to let people take a 21 to 25% cut and double senior poverty, and we backfill Social Security. So right here, the new number isn't 116. This is my older board. I think it's somewhere now in the 120s, $130 trillion in 30 years. But the rest of the budget is flat. It pretty much grows with the growth of the economy. It's healthcare. If you want to disrupt debt, make this society healthier, or adopt technology that makes government smaller. So let's actually sort of walk through some of these things. I brought this board again just to reemphasize what I was just saying. The new number on Social Security for this coming year is $1.480 trillion. My math has actually the interest being a little bit higher, and then you see defense and Medicare. So think of that. When you think defense and Medicare are now down here, third and fourth, and Medicare, I think Medicare is spending maybe up as much as 10% so far this year. So let's see. If I came to you and said, all right, here's the stack of solutions. In previous years, I would come here with all sorts of charts, and I would show sort of my holistic, unified theory, saying, okay, you had to do things in immigration. You had to do things in fixing the tax code to maximize investment and growth. Over here, you had to legalize adoption of technology to crash the price of healthcare. Over here, you had to do things to make the society much more competitive and less oligopolies in our economy, big players. And I kept trying to show we had like 20, 21 things you had to do almost at the same time. And I felt like I was making no progress. The reality of it is we're in real trouble. A couple of weeks ago, I came here and did the demographics. And I knew everyone was right on the edge of their seats wanting to understand demographics, except demographics is your destiny. In 15 years, we model this country has more deaths than births. Understand what's going on. Yet you have your Medicare system, your Social Security, that are sort of a pay-as-you-go system. But the number of children, the number of young people, the number of future workers we're going to have in this society, we're in trouble.
As an American state national, this is not your debt. Go to the American States Assembly at TASAD, americanstatesnationals.org, or the Maryland Assembly at the Maryland Assembly, US.